What is going on, everybody? This is Sean4225 here, coming at you with another YouTube video. This is just some more Euro Truck Simulator 2 job journals. Today, we will be taking a truck out of Odense over to Malmo. Basically, what we took yesterday is what we're taking today, except instead of going directly over to Heisenberg, we're going over to Malmo. And we'll be carrying some used packages. Okay. It froze there a little bit. There it goes. That wasn't good. And it looks like we'll be driving a Scania. Okay. So let's get this show on the road, people. In today's video, I do have a discussion to talk about. So, let's just get out in the main road and I'll discuss it. That's a horrible turn. Yikes. Fun fact, my Euro truck, my American truck outpost is, well, one of them is that. As always, you know what? I gotta... This time we're carrying a big trailer, as you can see. Which is why I'm having such a big problem. But I have a lot of faith in this Scania. Oh boy. Looks like we hit some traffic! Alright, I'm just gonna start discussing it now. I was gonna wait until we got on the highway, but it looks like we're hitting some traffic here. Rush hour. It is in-game 5:30, so... What the hell are you doing, mate? Alright. So like I was discussing on yesterday's video, I wanted to discuss a little bit about gun control. Now I got this idea here from another American, well actually I keep saying American truck, but another guy that plays Euro Truck Simulator. I don't remember what YouTuber it is. It wasn't Squirrel, but yeah. So he had a live gun with him, and his point was he loaded it on the video and cocked it just to make a point that it's not the gun. But that's not what I'm gonna do. because I don't want to own a gun. I'd like to, but with all the gun laws that are coming out and all that, the big problems near future, all the guns will be taken away, so what's the point? But I'd like to go ahead and start with this one video I saw on Facebook. This guy went ahead and he made a this group made a video just to prove that guns are bad, but they did it in the most oddest way I have ever seen. Okay, so they went to New York and they opened up a gun shop, and they started manufacturing. Well, they started buying to sell, or supposedly sell, the guns, the kind of guns that were used in the mass murdering, like the little kid that killed his mother with that pistol, that 49, I think, a Glock, and then the Adam Lanza, Sandy Hook thing, and all the movie theater, and the mall shootings. But he went ahead and he did that, claiming to have sold the guns. He went ahead and when people came in, he asked them first what kind of gun were they interested in, why were they interested in buying a gun. They all said defense, pretty much. And then when he started showing them good guns, he started going in. They actually went ahead and they put tags on the guns, and on those tags were not prices, but the dates that these mass events happened. The dates and the name of the person and the description of the event. And he went ahead and showed them the guns, and then he started describing, okay, this is what happened, da 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 da. So, eventually, a whole bunch of people come in and out of the store. He does the same process over and over again. And at the end of the video, you see a clip of them, and they go ahead and they hold up. They go ahead and they're basically like saying, okay, my views on guns have changed. I don't plan on buying a gun now that I know all this happened. Now, let me stop right there, okay? Of course. Same thing happened yesterday. It goes from 43 to 31. But let me explain here what my big problem is, though, with the guns. So, first off, there's a couple problems with this video. One, they're assuming that guns are what killed those people. Not the people holding the guns, but the guns itself. They grew legs, grew arms, pulled their own trigger, etc., etc., etc. That's the liberal way of thinking it, you know? Liberals are all for taking away the guns. But, you know, that's it's not going to help anything. What people seem to forget is, okay, there's many things that are illegal. Okay, for instance, there's coke, and heroin, cocaine, marijuana, all those things are illegal. And people still somehow get a hold of them. You don't think people can get a hold of guns after you make them illegal? What are you going to do? Put them in boxes and lock them up? Lock all of the United States guns, all of the world's guns away in a very large vault? Because that's not going to work. That's simply not going to work. You know? There's people out there that'll give away their guns if people ask them to, because they don't care. But you know what? That's wrong. And I'm going to explain how. I'm going to explain why. So, okay. So what I'm saying, alright, is the government wants to take away our guns. But like I said, criminals can still get a hold of guns. You don't think that they won't? Well, that's your thoughts, but trust me, they'll get a hold of guns. And what's gonna happen if you don't have a gun to defend your home, to defend your son, your daughter, your wife, whatever? You don't think that a person holding a gun ain't gonna think twice pulling that trigger if you don't have anything to defend yourself? Look at what I know. This is a horrible example, but look at what happened to Bruce and Bruce's parents, the Waynes. You know, I know this is a comic book and all that, but it's a perfect example, really, if you think about it. They were planning on giving the thief their purse and all that, but he still pulled the trigger. And he had no reason to. But like I said, you know, that can happen in the real world. And don't think it won't happen. Once the government goes ahead and takes away our guns and we have nothing to defend ourselves with. What do you think people are gonna do? People are gonna start using knives. But, you know, knives ain't gonna defend you if a criminal has a gun. And you know it deep down. All of you know it. Now to get back on this, to get back on this video real fast. So like I said, the guy, I'm not gonna tell you who it is just yet, but the guy he creates a video just to prove that guns are bad. But you know what? He, like every other liberal on this damn earth, thinks that guns are the most evilest thing in the world. But, you know, without guns, this world would go to shit. Because, you know, sure, there's the police officers that'll defend you, but will they really? That's the question. Because it's just, you know, you think that Texas will just give their guns away freely? 'Cause I don't. I really don't think Texas will give their guns away freely. And that's the big problem. Government knows Texas is a threat. Everyone in Texas is a threat to the government. Because there's actually a law that states that at any time that Texas feels like it, Texas can go ahead and secede from the U.S. Sure, it'd probably cause or some type, but the point is they can do it if they wanted to. And if something like that, like martial law and gun control came in the picture, I seen that coming. I'm telling you, Texas will go ahead and do that. But the problem with the video is, you know, this guy, he's not just your ordinary guy that's making these videos. It gets better, because the guy behind the counter is actually the voice of a well-known violent video game that I'm sure a lot of you know about, known as Grand Theft Auto 5. One of the most popular video games out right now. You know what? No, I can say in this. And yeah, he's sitting there behind a counter explaining to people how guns are evil. When he's a voice actor of someone who uses guns. Now you may look at me and you may say, well, that's just a game, blah, 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 blah. But it's more than that. It just shows how hypocritical these actors in Hollywood are. Ridiculous. They don't care about laws. As much as they get paid, as long as they get paid, they'll do whatever. You know? It's ridiculous. But, you know, I just wanted to bring that up because a lot of people turn to me and say to me, you know, guns are evil, guns are bad, I shouldn't defend guns' rights. But you know what, I feel I really need to, because without guns, America would not be the same. It's just like freedom of speech, which I may do something on that later on in the future. But we have those amendments for a reason, and Obama and everyone is trying to take it away from us. And I'll be damned, I'll be one of the people at the White House rioting if that happens. I'm telling you right now. I am not giving my free rights up that easily. But, you know, think that I agree in everyone's opinions. Everyone has their own opinion, you know. You can go ahead and believe that guns are evil. Guns are the worst thing on this planet. Although I tend to agree otherwise, but this truck has 2 modes for... So as we wrap up this video, I just want you guys to think about what I said, you know. Think about it before you go ahead and let the government take away your freedom, your rights. It's what our forefathers fought for. Shit. Yep, I'm lost. Well, folks, looks like we'll be here a little longer. Maybe it's back here, I think. Alright. Thanks for watching, subscribe, rate, and comment, and I will see you next time. Sean4225 signing off.